I think that the most important thing when you're teaching the children of missionaries is to recognize that your primary purpose is actually in serving the parents. Even though you will work with their kids, if you understand the importance of serving the parents, that's really the critical factor. Because their parents are called to present the gospel, to bring the gospel, the good news of the gospel, to the people which God has called them to around the world. For us here, it's here in Africa. And so we are looking to see, within AIM, we're looking to see Christ-centered churches among all African peoples. And so we see our role here as absolutely paramount, because by providing a good quality education, that's more than just an education. Parents are really primarily concerned about the spiritual welfare of their own children. And so it can't just be a good school that offers a good education, but actually one that trains their children up the same way that they would choose to do so. And so I think that that's our contribution, is by providing a quality education that's a Christian, thoroughly Christian-based education, that we then free parents to do that which God has called them to do in fulfilling the Great Commission. Beyond that, we are also making disciples of these missionary children. So we are fulfilling the Great Commission, even secondarily within the population group that God has called us to. And we are finding, surprisingly, that as missions are now moving into more and more difficult locations, the demand here at RVA has increased significantly over the last couple of years, to the point where we have a huge waiting list again, and we will not be able to accept all the missionaries who want to come here. And we have parents who are pleading with us, because they are saying, you don't understand. If you don't take my child, we cannot stay on the field. And RVA has a limited capacity, but I would love to see another good quality boarding school grow somewhere here in Africa to help provide for those needs. When RVA opens end of August, I look and I see, okay, what staff has God sent to us? What needs do we have to cover? And from there, we start negotiating, and we wind up, almost every year, somebody winds up teaching out of their subject area just because they're willing to try and cover a need. And so having good curriculum that they can hopefully follow. But it is a challenge, and that's pretty much, once August hits, what you have is what you have, and that's what we start with. So flexibility is absolutely critical in all of our teachers that recruits our missionaries. First, I try and generate a list of projected needs, which I then send out to all of our mobilizing offices within AIM. So we have mobilizing offices in the US, Canada, Europe, South Africa, Australia, Korea, Brazil. And so I send my needs out to all those offices, and then they are responsible for looking for people who can fill those needs. Generally speaking, people will contact our mission organization saying they're interested in education, and that's how that will start a lot. Now, I do find that the number one recruiter for us is our own graduates. As they go back into colleges all around the world, into different locations, and talk about their experiences, they spark interest in people coming here. So they're our number one source. Our second source is actually our own teachers who go on home assignment and generate interest. And then we do have web hits off of our site as well, our rva.org webpage. But the bulk of them come from our own graduates and our own teachers on home assignment.